Welcome to episode number 4 of this Dallas Stars NHL 23 franchise series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Dallas Stars NHL 23 franchise series. I'm about to play, against the defending champs, which is the Colorado Avalanche in Dallas. So at least we're on home ice, and we have the home fans behind us. We're about to play, like I said, the Avalanche, who won the Stanley Cup last year. So they're the defending champs. It's a big game for two reasons. One, because the Avalanche, like I said, are the defending champs. That's the first reason. The second reason is, if you look at the standings, which I'm going to show you right now, we're 36, 21, and 5, which ain't bad. That's a total of 77 points in 62 games, which ain't bad because that's good enough for first place in the Central Division. But the Avalanche, who are about to play, this is the second reason why this is a big game. It's because the Avalanche are 3 points behind us in the division. They win this game in regulation, they'll be only 1 point behind us. So, and if we win this, game in regulation, we'll be 5 points up. If they win it in regulation, we'll be 1 point up. And then if we win it in overtime, we'll be 4 points up. And if they win it in overtime, we'll be 2 points up. So we'll be up 1 or 2 points, or 4 or 5 points. So 1, 2, 4, or 5 points. One of those 4. So hopefully we're up by 5 points. But if we're not up by 5 points, hopefully we're not only up by 1 point. So yeah, right now we're up by 3 points, but it's gonna change though. 1, 2, 4, or 5. Hopefully it's 5. And then the Jets third, Wild fourth. Remember, it's top 3 in each division, and then 2 wildcard teams. So right now there's no wildcards in the Central. It would be Dallas, Colorado, Winnipeg, and then in the Pacific Division it would be Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver's in first place. Edmonton, Calgary, and then the 2 wildcards are San Jose and Vegas. And there's a big difference, or a big gap between Vegas and LA, who's the next team. Yeah, but remember, there's also 72 points Vegas has if you go back to the Central Division. Minnesota, that's still 7 points out. And then let's just look at the entire lead. Best team is the Vancouver Canucks. Can't believe I'm actually saying that. Then it's Edmonton, Carolina, Buffalo, Toronto, Calgary, Florida. Playing in the Stanley Cup Final tonight, Game 2, and then we're 8th with 77 points in the whole lead, that is. And then I guess the best team in the Eastern Conference is the Hurricanes, then Buffalo, Toronto, Florida, Tampa, and Montreal. And there's also Columbus, Boston, etc. But yeah, that aside, we're on getting into this game, big game here on the trade deadline. I did not make any moves. I mean, we're in first place for a reason. I tried to make a few moves, but at the end of the day, I was like, it's not worth it. This team's good enough to be in first place. I mean, we've gone through some slumps throughout the year, which every team does, even the best of teams. So yeah, Avalanche 34, 20, and 6. We're 36, 21, and 5. And then the Avalanche are 5, 4, and 1 in their last 10 games, and then we're 4, 5, and 1 in our last 10 games. So they're 5, 4, and 1. We're 4, 5, and 1, which sounds the same, but it's not 5, 4, and 1 to 4, 5, and 1. I know it sounds the same, but it's not. It's almost the same though. It's close enough. But yeah, we're 4, 5, and 1 in our last 10 games, and they're 5, 4, and 1 in their last 10 games. So we're almost even in our last 10 games. And then almost even in the whole regular season standings. And yeah, this team has Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, Miko Rantanen. I believe they have their captain Landeskog. And then we have Robertson, Pavelski, Haston, Sagan, Ben, etc. Here we go. Let's say they have a better. Let's say we both have an 89 offense, and then the Avalanche have a better defense and goalie. Their goalie should be Francouz or Dodordiet. Or they might still have Kemper. Maybe. I don't know. Solid Churchill in 5 minutes. Still semi-pro. Honest Turner adaptive. Let's get into this big Central Division matchup right now. We both have an 89 offense. And then they have a plus 9. 9. They have a 97 defense. We have an 88 defense. And then their goalie is 87. Ours is 86. So plus 9 for defense. And then plus 1 for goalie. And then we both have an 89 offense. Can't believe they have a 97. Yes, 97 defense. Well, they do have Cale Makar, forgot. Let's watch the prediction. James Cebulski. Here we go, in the Lone Star State at AAC, American Airlines Center. Here we go. Hence to take it for Dallas. And we are on your way here in the Lone Star State. And right away, it's a steal by, I think that's McKinnon. Rantanen, uh-oh. And it's stopped by Ottinger. That was my fault. I took myself out of play accidentally. But good play now. Pavelski got to the dump in. The backhander stopped by whoever their goalie is. Here's Rantanen, toe dragged in. And now Rantanen trying to putt Jack Miller, and Miller, I don't know what that was. But Hintz follows up, but he got poked off his stick. Here's Rantanen. Probably with McKinnon and Landeskog. That's probably the top line, and it is. It's top line, Rantanen, McKinnon, Landeskog. Landeskog's the captain. But in real life, is going to be out for a while because of some injury. Here we go. Here's Pavelski. Our first line is Robertson, Hintz, Pavelski. And I just destroyed Landeskog. And good play by Taves to hit out of midair. Makar. 4 minutes gone. Here's Newhook. And somehow I stayed with the puck. Ben's got it now. Hintz does a spinorama. And a save by the goaltender for the Avalanche. And a goal! Pavelski! And the Stars strike first here on home ice. As Pavelski walked right in and scored. Glove side on the Avalanche goaltender. Not sure who that is. It's number 41. Is that Francouz? I don't think it is, because I'm pretty sure Francouz is he's a lefty, so his glove's in his right hand. This goalie is the other way around. Okay, 5 minutes in, assisted by Hintz and Ben. Was the 12th goal, I think? Or something like that for Pavelski. Here's Marchment. Dumps it down below the Avalanche goaltender. And George got destroyed, hit by Saden. Ben. And a save! Oh, what a steal! And I didn't mean the backhand, I think, was tipped over the net. Marchment blocked by Johnson. Here's JT Comper. 7 minutes into the game. 1-0 Stars. And a shot stopped by Ottinger. And Lundenen now has it. Marchment's got it. And I dump it in because I was about to get destroyed. Kiviranta just got destroyed. But Girard got destroyed. Everyone's hitting everyone. Or each other. 11:30, they did a good poke. And getting the puck is Lundenen. Lundenen, the Iron Man, back into the zone. And a save by Semyon Varlamov. That's their goalie. Varlamov throws it out, but throws it right to Kiviranta. So their goalie is Semyon Varlamov. Our goaltender is Jake Ottinger. I'm not sure when the Avalanche got Varlamov. Probably it might have been at the deadline. I'm not sure. Here we go. And now a slapper save Ottinger. Here's Nichushkin, the former Star. Yes, Valeri Nichushkin is a former Star. That was maybe 5 years ago. Dumped down by Fatsa. Lundenen, I don't know why the heck he's still out here. There we go, and now back the other way. Here comes the Avalanche. Save Ottinger! And Lundqvist has got it. We have some injuries, by the way. I'm pretty sure Ty Dellandrea and Colin Miller are both injured. So that's why Neil Lundqvist is playing. And that's a penalty on... Penalty? Slash. That's a slash on Hintz. I don't know, like a slash. Must have missed it or something. Or the referee's blind. Or I'm blind. I think I probably just didn't see it. Here we go. Power play for the Avalanche. Looking to tie the game. Rantanen with a quick shot blocked by Ben. And he dumped it, but not all the way down. But then, here we go. Now Gurianov. They're still on the Stars in this game. And that's dumped all the way back down. Here's Makar, McKinnon. Have the big boys out there. Nichushkin. The poke. And Ben will pass it to Gurianov, and he'll aid it down the ice. No icing because we're short-handed, and Gurianov almost won the race. And good play. And now Suter. Almost suited it, because well, he did, because he turned it over. That was my fault. And a shot, save Ottinger. And passes to Gurianov. And Hastings clears it down. Varlamov behind the net. We'll pass it to Makar. I just leveled Matar. And Matar's still down by the post. There's no penalty on the play, halfway through the power play. And now a center and pass, McKinnon scores! Nathan McKinnon ties the game. On the power play, with about a minute to go on the power play, and we're tied. 26th goal of the year for McKinnon. 13-12 into the first power play goal. Hintz has now 54 penalty minutes as he took the penalty that led to the game-tying goal. 1-1 here in Dallas. Assisted by Nichushkin and Rantanen. 26th of the year for McKinnon. 1-1 here in the Lone Star State. And now a center and pass hit a stain and just trickled wide. Kevarantos, I think it's the fourth line or the third line, is out there. Pretty sure it's busy. Here we go. McKinnon, who just scored, and now following up, save Oettinger. And that was close. And my goodness, Kevarantos got leveled. A one-timer's blocked. Come on. And it's backhanded out of the zone. And all the way down the ice. I need line one out right now, boys. Line one out. Line one did come out as everyone changed. Here's Newhook, and Robertson just nailed him, but Newhook stayed with the putt. Slapper, save Oettinger. And I misjudged that, and now Rantanen. Back to Girard. Girard, save Oettinger. And now Hintz, he can fly here. And he can fly 2-on-1, and oh! Why is Spotza still out on the ice? I don't know what the heck that was by Lundqvist. And now here's Cogliano, the former star. Good defense. And good defense twice. That was a 2-on-1. It was Hintz and Robertson, and even a third, it almost was like a 3-on-1. Because I think Fatsa was on there too, but then I think it was Robertson who got robbed by Varlamov. And here's Butcher, dumped down. 20 seconds to go, picked up by Pavelski, who just, and a goal! Robertson! In the final seconds, and we're up 2-1. As the first Pavelski shot was stopped by Varlamov, the rebound went right to Robertson, who buried it into the wide open net. Stopped by Varlamov. Pavelski's shot was stopped by Varlamov, and then Robertson buried the rebound. His 68th point of the year, and I believe is his 28th goal of the year. 9.1 to go. We're up 2-1. He didn't miss anything. Center ice face off. Robertson just scored 2 1-stars. Shots 10 side. 9 seconds to go in the period. Here we go. So we lose the face off. 7 seconds. Here's Byron. Good play by Ben, and now Sadin got hit up against the boards. One last shot. Didn't get to the net, or, well, it circled towards the net, but even if it went in, it probably would have been too late. There's Robertson's goal with 9.1 to go, I'm pretty sure, in the second, or with 9.1 to go, or that was Robertson's goal with, I believe, 9.1 to go in the first period. As the shots are 10 aside, hits 8 aside, time of attack. They actually have more by maybe like 40 seconds. Passing, we're 81%, they're 92%. Face-offs 3-2 in favor of the Avalanche. Avalanche opposite are 1-for-1 on the power play. We haven't had a power play, but obviously we scored twice. Avalanche scored once. McKinnon scored on the power, or Pavelski scored, and then McKinnon tied it on the power play, and then Robertson scored with 9 seconds to go in the first period to give us a 2-1 lead, and we're up 2-1 after 20 here in Dallas. Pavelski got the primary assist on Robertson's goal. As Pavelski has a goal and an assist. Butcher, I think, got an assist on that goal, because I'm pretty sure on the first goal, it was assisted by Hintz and Ben. So on the second goal, it was assisted by Pavelski and Butcher. So the first goal was scored by Pavelski from Hintz and Ben, and the second goal was scored by Robertson from Pavelski and Will Butcher. So Pavelski has a goal and an assist, Butcher has an assist, Hintz has an assist, Robertson has a goal, and then Ben has an assist. And then Lundqvist is a +1, and then everyone else is zeros. Yeah, that's their one period though, so plenty of game to go as we're 20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go, 2 1-stars. Here we go. Here we go. Hintz hit the open and draw, and we lose it. Here's Taves, and Hintz just nailed him at the blue line. And a center and pass blocked by Hastings. And here's Robertson. White ice in front of him. And that was an errant pass, but Pavelski played the bounce. Glove saved by Varlamov, and Varlamov passes to McKinnon at almost the red line. It was just outside the zone. And now Makar to McKinnon. This team can move the puck quickly, and I left that guy open. I was ranting him, but stopped by Ottinger. And I tried to dump it, but that didn't work. Here's Landeskog to Avs captain, and a center and pass save. And now it might be a 3-on-2 for Dallas. And here's Hintz, and the shot is fired wide, and he almost got it back. Here's McKinnon. And Miller bodied him up, but then Rantanen over Cogliano save. That's a former star Cogliano. It's stopped by Ottinger. 16:06 to go. Here we go. Ottinger has 12 saves on 13 shots. And now Saden up to Ben, who dumps it down before he gets clobbered to the moon. Marchment's got it. And, oh, I hit a shin pad, and that might have been going in if it didn't. Went over the net. And did hit. Still got it deep, though. Here's Marchment, the big boy, 27. And he's down, dumps it down, but in there is Ben. Oh, I tried backdoor. Saden was cutting, but hit States. Good play by Saden. I don't know what that was. Here's Lundell. And I don't know what that. I think that might have hit Ben. Up ahead, Newhook. And now following up is Johnson, but the defenseman. And Houston. This guy saved by Ottinger. And now Suter's got it. Marchment passes it over to Saden. Marchment cut in towards the net. That might have got blocked by Marchment. Here's this guy. Whoever this guy is. And a shot. Save Ottinger up against his shoulder, and he covers. 11:33 to go in the second. Suter won. Looks like it's a t-shirt giveaway night. That's what James Zabalski just said. So it's a full house because it's, well, it would have been a full house either way. Save Ottinger. And he passes it out to the corner. And turned over. Now the Houston backhander. He got leveled in the process. Shouldered away by Ottinger. Would have been a sellout anyways, probably. But it's a sellout especially because of the t-shirt giveaway. Here we go. What a move! But he got bumped off the puck because we're officially in the second half of the game. 2-1. Yeah, it's a t-shirt giveaway. Would have been a sellout anyways. But fans are just happy to be here, especially because they did a free thing. Or a free t-shirt. Here we go. 8:20 to go. They're also happy because the Stars are winning for now. Here's Kivaranta. He got bodied up, but made a hit, or took the hit to make the play. And that's what, yeah, took the hit to make the play, or to make a play, but it was stopped by Varlamov. Here's Kivaranta. Come on, you gotta change Kivaranta because it's time. Here we go. Here's Hintz. Both goals were scored by the top line. It was Pavelski and then Robertson. And then McKinnon scored the only goal for an Avalanche. Here we go. And Robertson got there first, but then got bodied. But then bodied Makar. And then kind of bumped Landeskog. This guy did the job they did around Miller. And now here's Jacob Peterson. Jacob Peterson, for the first time, has the puck, and a save, rebound. Pavelski got leveled. Ref, you're telling me that's not a penalty? That looked like a trip or interference or a cross check. And now a center and pass. Ottinger's got it. Up to Duryanov. He can fly as well. And he can fly. Got around the guy. Oh. Caro, it went off his stick. And that hit the post. Duryanov saved by Varlamov. But Jacob Peterson just hit the post as on the rebound as the first shot was stopped. Second shot as Peterson got the rebound and then planked it off the post. And now Girard, good pass to Rantanen, and Oettinger made the save on the first shot, and then the second shot, he covers it. 1:48 to go in the second, and we're still up 2-1. But man, Peterson on the rebound hit the post. Here's Lindell up ahead, Marchment. Marchment stops, finds Saden. And behind, where's it? The defenseman was outside the zone. It ends up going all the way down the ice, and then Oettinger passes it into the corner, almost into his own net. I don't know why he didn't pass it up towards up the ice. And now Cogliano, Johnson, Girard, save, rebound, Newhook, 5 seconds. Girard at the point, picked off by Saden, and that's gonna be the end of the second period. 2-1 Dallas, as Colorado had chances there, and both teams had chances in the second period. Peterson at the post, no goals scored. 2-1 Stars, end of 2. As the Avalanche were buzzing there at the end of the second period. They're outshooting us 20-15. So they outshot us in that period 10-5, because it was 10-10 in the first period and then 10-5 Avalanche in the second period. So, I mean, it was a good period for the Avalanche. Neither team scored, though. Hits 16-13 in favor of Dallas. Time and attack, the Avalanche have a minute and a half more. Passing, we're at 71%. They're at 90%. Faceoffs 5-4 in favor of Dallas. And neither team had any power plays in that period. Let's get into the third period right now with the Stars up 2-1. Here we go. 20 minutes to go. We're up by 1 here in Dallas. Here we go. Big game. Third period here in the Lone Star State. And Hintz wins open and draw the third, and then Miller's pass hit a State. And now Makar has white ice in front of him. A shot stopped by Oettinger. And almost turned over, and it is in the neutral zone. Here's Landeskog. Avalanche. Okay. And now turned over. Point blank Landeskog. Save Oettinger. As Landeskog jacked Hintz, and then had a point blank shot, but stopped by the goaltender. It's in the corner. Kicked out of there. Centering pass. McKinnon off the glove of Oettinger. As the Avalanche have come to play here. Good play by Robertson. And he lost the puck. And there's Makar. Landeskog had that point blank shot. Turned over. Good poke by Robertson. And then Robertson got nailed. Trying to center at the Hintz, but it was intercepted, and Robertson was dead. And now Hintz behind the fence, maybe, and a save for Varlamov. Well, he wasn't behind the defense. I didn't realize there was a second defenseman back there, but it was a good shot. Just love save for Varlamov. $15:41 to go. We're up by 1. Come on, we need an insurance goal. Here's Suter. And Suter got fanned on it. He also was kind of tied up. Here's Newhook. And Newhook, good play by Marchment. Marchment, that the other way, like a speeding bullet. Not really, it was just a joke. Stopped. Here's Cogliano. 14:20 to go. And good play by Marchment, not a stick on it. Newhook with a dive following up to the defenseman, teed it up, but save Oettinger. Kicked out to the wrong team. And now a shot by Taves blocked by Saden. That's a good block. And now Saden. And trying to dump it in, but his stick was lifted, so it only got to the blue line instead of below the goal line. 12.5 to go here. It's been a defensive game so far. All 3 goals in the first period. Dumped in by Kiviranta. And then forecheck by Saden. Like I said, all 3 goals in this game scored in the first. The Chustin save Oettinger. And he passes it out to Kiviranta, who turns it over. Lacey got it out of the zone. The Chustin, I'm not sure why Kiviranta's still out there. Good play by Tara Lindell. Or that was not Tara, that was Suter, excuse me. Now Glendenin! Glendenin! And Kiviranta missed the net, hit the back wall. And it was covered by Varlamov, who passes it out. And then covers it like 2 seconds later again. And he actually covers it and freezes it this time. 29 wins for Oettinger, looking for his 30th win of the year here in this game. 9:54 to go. There's only been 11 faceoffs in this game. Made that 12 for winning on faceoffs, 8-4. Hastings stepped aside by Varlamov. Miller, backhander on the ice, stopped, turned over. Fonsa stopped on the doorstep. Now Helms got it. Up to this guy, 8:45 to go. And now Hastings, and up ahead Robertson. Got by it. McKinnon coming onto the ice. Oof. Stopped by Varlamov. Shot was stopped and held by Varlamov. 8:08 to go. Still up 2-1. On the draw, Miller. Save. And Robertson. Save again. 7:40 to go. We've had our chances. Just Varlamov's been good, and it did play by Hintz. And then Miller behind the back finds Pavelski. Robertson got robbed by Varlamov. What a sequence! And there's a penalty on the Avalanche after all that. Call is slashing, and it's on Rantanen. So Hintz got 2 for slashing. Now Rantanen got 2 for slashing. 6:31 to go, and we're on a 2-minute power play. Lifted and did some insurance. Shots in the game are 25 aside. As that was a 2-on-1, and Robertson got absolutely robbed by Varlamov. That was a good pass by Pavelski. And now short-handed. Here's this guy. I don't know who that guy is. Gurionov back the other way, and a centering pass missed Ben. And I thought there was a guy at the point, but there's not. And darn it, I played it in the forbidden zone. And Ottinger played it outside the trapezoid and below the goal line. 2 minutes for delay of game on Ottinger. Marchman's gonna serve it, so it's 4-on-4 now. So our power play is over. Darn it! So I played it outside the trapezoid and below the goal line. 2 minutes for delay of game on Ottinger. Marchman serves it. And I don't know why, I forgot where it's 4-on-4, not 5-on-4 Avalanche. And that's going to be an ice-in because it's 4-on-4. 5:58 to go. So our power play lasted, what, like 20 seconds? So now it's 4-on-4 for 1:29, and then the Avalanche will have like 30 seconds on the power play. Here we go, and we lose a face-off. Here we go, here's Lindell, 4-on-4, and then it'll be 5-on-4 for the Avalanche for about half a minute. Ben save Varlamov, and he throws it out to Makar. And good forecheck by Lindell. Ben behind the net, backhander just missed. And Lindell took a hit to make the play, but that didn't really work. Suter pinch Wirtz, kicks it out to where no one was. And Ben is able to get there first. Suter takes the puck. Pavelski, who made that great pass, and they score! Pavelski! 3-1! His second of the game. 16th of the year, 14:43 into the third, and we're up by a couple. As all the saves that Varlamov has made, to let that one in, it was a wrister from the right circle. He's made some great saves in this game, and then to let that in, it probably is gonna stun Varlamov. 48 seconds to go on the 4-on-4, assisted by Suter and Ben. Second assist for Ben. First for Suter, and we're up by 2. And now Ben, blocked by a guy in front. Here we go. Pavelski for the hat-trick save. And now this guy did forecheck. Comper. 4:50 to go. 20 seconds to go on the 4-on-4, and the Avalanche will have about 30 seconds on the power play here. And I just nailed that guy. I thought they were going to call a penalty, but no penalty. We're swarming them right now. Good play from behind. 4 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Good play by Makar to hit it out of midair. Now it's power play for 23 seconds for Colorado as Rantanen's out of the box. 15 seconds to the minute. I have 1 or 2 rushes land. This guy just got destroyed. 4:15 to go. Pavelski almost turned it over, cleared down the ice, and that's going to be it for the power play. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Power play is over. It was only 23 seconds. 4 minutes to go. We're up by 2, and I just destroyed that guy. Here we go. Robertson dumps it down. Kills some time. 3.5 to go. The Avalanche need 2 here. Yeah, Pavelski did make a good pass, though, to what, Hintz, and then Hintz passed it to Robertson, who got robbed. Nichushkin, 2 saves by Ottinger. 2.5 to go. Goalie stays put for now. Lindell, Hintz, and it's going to dump it down to the opposite corner, and good forecheck by Hintz. And here we got 1:35 to go. That should be pulling them, you would think. Good play by Marchman. Newhook, a save, or not a save, it was actually fired wide. And there's an empty net for Colorado. That shot is fired wide. And no, knocked it in there first as Ben. He almost did. One goal away from the hat trick. Pavelski is 54.9 to go. Sits on 5 for Colorado. Down by 2, 54.9. Fans in their feet here at American Airlines Center. Marchman for the empty net, and he just missed. And in there first is Johnson, 48.5, as Marchman may have missed by 10 inches to the left. There we go. Only 1 goal scored in the third. It was scored by Pavelski, his second of the game. That made it 3-1. Here we go. We win another face-off. Lindell backhanded, not out. Blocker save by Ottinger. And that didn't get out either. Suter turned it over. A save. Lindell. Marchman knocked out of midair by Girard, and that might have been going in. And Comper, Suter, Ben just got nailed right in front of the penalty boxes. And now Newhook save! And now another shot save, 20 seconds. And whistle was blown, and there's an injured Dallas player, and it's our captain, Jamie Benn. It was a big hit in front of the penalty boxes by Johnson. And the whistle is blown because we got possession and because our player is injured, and he's going back to the locker room. The whistle was blown once we got possession. Faceoffs in our zone, 21.1. We're still up by 2. And Saden wins it. Marchman. And I don't know what the heck Lindell just did. And now it's a one-timer blocked in front. Final seconds. 10 seconds. Save Ottinger. He passes it out to Marchman. Backhands it, not out. 5 seconds. Blocked. And it's sent down the ice by Kivaranta. And that should be the game. And it is. Stars win 3-1 over the Avalanche here in this big Central Division matchup. What a game. Stars win at 3-1 here on home ice. And there's Ottinger, Kivaranta, Saden, and Suter. And there's the salute with Victory Green, our mascot, in the middle. As the Stars players salute their fans here in the Lone Star State. There was the only goal for the Avalanche. It was by Nathan McKinnon on the power play way back in the first period. And then I believe this is the goal right here by Pavelski, our third goal, and his second of the game. Pavelski had 2, Robertson had the other one, and then McKinnon had the only one for the Avalanche. And this is, I believe, Robertson's goal in the final seconds of the first period. As there was no goal scored in the second, and then the only goal scored in the third was scored by Pavelski, his second. Third star, Robertson. Second star, I'm not sure, might be Ben, maybe? Because the first star you would think would be Pavelski. Second star actually is Jake Ottinger. He made 30 saves on 31 shots. Second star is Jake Ottinger. First star, I already expected this, is Joe Pavelski. Had 2 goals and an assist. Scored 2 goals and then assisted on the other one. We actually got outshot 31-28. We out-hit them 23-19. Time and attack, they had 2 minutes more, give or take. Passing, they were 20% more, or better. 14 sits on the faceoffs in favor of us. They were 1 for 2 on the power play. The second power play was only 23 seconds. And then our power play was 23 seconds. So so our only power play was 23 seconds before Ottinger played the puck in the forbidden zone. And then that's why the Avalanche got 23 seconds on the power play. So yeah, they had a total of 1:25 of power play time, so that means they scored a 1:02 into the first power play, and then it had 23 seconds on the second power play. We were 0 for 1. They were 1 for 2. Neither team had any shorthanded goals. All three goals for the Stars were 5-on-5, and then the only goal for the Avalanche was on the power play by McKinnon. As we had a few bids of the empty net, a couple or a few. All of them went wide, including the one at the end by Kivaranta, which really wasn't a bid towards the empty net. It was just they did it out of the zone. So yeah, 2 goals scored for Dallas in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and then the Avalanche scored 1 in the first, and then none in the second or the third. Shots in the period by period was 10-10 in the first, 10-5 Avalanche in the 10-5 Avalanche in the second, and then 13-11 Dallas in the third. Face-offs in the game were 14-6 Dallas, 3-2 Colorado in the first, 3-1 Dallas in the second, and then 9-2 Dallas in the third. And that was a total of 14-6 Dallas in face-offs, 3-1 Dallas in goals, and then 31-28 Avalanche actually on the shots. So they outshot us by 3, but we outscored them by 2. And like I said, face-offs are 14-6 in favor of the Stars. But yeah, that second goal by Pavelski, out of all the saves that Varlamov made, especially the one on Robertson, like right before Pavelski's goal, like a few minutes before Pavelski's goal, because Pavelski passed the puck to Hintz. It was a great pass, and that led to a 2-on-1 for the Stars, but then Robertson absolutely got robbed. The good pass by Pavelski to Hintz led to a 2-on-1. Hintz passed it over to Robertson, but Robertson absolutely got robbed by Varlamov. So Varlamov made that great save on Robertson, but then 2-3 minutes later, he gave up that, in my opinion, a soft goal on Pavelski's shot. I mean, Pavelski shot it from at the slot, or like the high slot, or the high right circle, and it got through. I think it went blocker side, so it got through him, or it went blocker side. I don't remember, but I mean, he stoned Robertson, but then 2-3 minutes later, he gave up that softie to Pavelski. In the end, we still would have won 2-1. In the end, we won 3-1, but still. But still, if you're Varlamov, I'd be kicking myself, because it's like I just stoned Robertson with a great blocker save, and then Pavelski goes blocker side and scores. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The next episode of the series in this game will be the last game of the regular season against the St. Louis Blues at home here in Dallas, and that is the last game of the regular season, and that will be the next episode of this series. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said, the next episode of this series will be the last game of the regular season. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, that's time for it. Closing the board. Okay, that's time for it. Closing the board. If you liked this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm gonna see you. And you know what? I'm gonna see you in episode number 5 of this Dallas Stars NHL 23 franchise series. See you in episode number 5. And eat on a bacon and go Stars.